Happy Wednesday, everyone. Hopefully everyone has been seeing the different videos for each day. I know that some of us had some access issues, but moving forward, all of the videos that are on the YouTube channel should be approved at this point. So you should be able to go back and view any of the videos you haven't had a chance. In this video, I'm going to recap a couple of things that we have talked about, but I'm going to add some details that are helpful based off of what you've been asking for me. So I'm going to share my screen. And I wanted to review very quickly the matrix. So this matrix that you hopefully have seen on the Google Classroom stream will have the assignments that you need for English at the top and history, for math in the second row, STEM in the third row, and VAPA in the fourth row. If you are confused about what you should be doing each day, please refer to this so that you know what you should be doing on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of each week. And this will be shared with you and your parents at the beginning of every week. So tomorrow and the next day, Thursday, you'll be working on Unit 5, Lesson 1 and Unit 5, Lesson 2. Each of them will have several slides, Google Slides, that you will complete. And there will be a video as well embedded in tomorrow's or Thursday's lesson. Each of them will also have a Google form for you to complete. That's your exit ticket. And it's important that you do both and that you submit both separately. All right, let's take a look at tomorrow just to have a sense of what it looks like. Tomorrow, this should look familiar because you did some of this work already in day one. But I've added one of the questions to that. It's important you do your best. When it comes to questions that you're not quite sure about, make your best guesstimates to what it might be. And then when you get that feedback, that will give you the chance to improve it. This lesson will not have any videos to guide you through any of the work. It should be work that you can do for yourself if you read the directions carefully. So please make sure you read the directions carefully. Slide 2 steps you through 4 different steps in order to complete this number line. Please make sure you follow along each step carefully. The third asks you to remove one of the words in this statement. And so it's important that you read it carefully. Take a look at the number line if you're not quite sure. And then when you have a good sense of what you think it is, go ahead and click in the box and delete whichever word is the one that you think is wrong. That way the right word is the only one that's left in the box. If you make a mistake, you can always go back and click the undo button, and that way it will bring it back to what it was before. Some of us have been accidentally deleting boxes. So for example, if I accidentally delete this, instead of deleting a word, I can go back and undo, and the box is now back. And you'll also see that there's a box behind it. That's where the box should be. So if you move it, you can line it back up. If it doesn't line up perfectly, you can always click undo to go back. All right. The last piece that I'm going to talk about for this lesson is the image. So a few of us have been confused about what that image should look like. In this case, I'd like you to have an image that shows the work for A, B, C, and D. Each part, whether it has a diamond or not, is required. It is an important part of that lesson and the practice that's involved. The diamonds will give you immediate feedback at the end of the slides, in slides 5 and 6. And I need to see the work so that I can see that you're still going through the process on paper and practicing those strategies. And so when you take a picture of it, you can put it in by inserting the image, by uploading it from your computer, if you have it saved somewhere on your computer. If you put it on your phone, you can email it to yourself and then save it to your computer. And then the camera function is so that you can take a picture of it directly. So you would hold up your piece of paper and take a picture. Make sure that that piece of paper has your name on it and it has your work clearly written out. The closer you are to the camera, the better. And the camera on a phone is much better than on the laptop, but it's okay to still have the laptop, and I'll try to make sense of what you have if it's a little bit unclear. I'll let you know if anything needs to be revised. When you've submitted that work, it's important that you look at the grade that you have earned once I've had a chance to grade it, and that if you did not earn full credit, that you go back and make any changes. Lesson 2 is going to be the first time where you will, again, use those resources that we talked about before, the microphone, if you want something read out loud to you. The link is an important part of this lesson, so everyone will be clicking on this link to get some of the definitions that I've gone through. Graphing will be, this will be one of the times where you're actually moving dots onto a certain spot, wherever that important spot is. And your first Numerade video. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the Numerade video. That way you have a, you know what to expect, and you also know how to engage with that. So when you click on the link, if you've never been to Numerade before, it will ask you to create an account. And creating an account will ask you, it'll start with this website where it will ask you to log in. If you've never logged in before, you can click sign up now or join for free. And then it will ask you for your first name, your last name, your email address, that's going to be your school email address, your password. I would recommend that you use the same password that you use for your school address. That way you don't need to come up with something and you've already memorized it. So it won't require you to memorize another. And then the referral code looks like this, dtijl. So you can type that into the box. If you forget that code, then you can look on my day 2 video on the YouTube channel. I put that in some of the comments in the descriptions. And then once you join, it will give you access to watching any kind of videos. And so you can join and then go on to the video that I had linked you to. Okay, and that video will be your explanation for what to do in this example, and then you will do exercise 3 on your own, and 4 on your own, and then 5 on your own as well. If you get stuck on anything, please feel free to reach out. My office hours, I will have a Zoom meeting that you can go to the Google Classroom stream, and there's a link to that. If it doesn't work, then please message me through Remind or my Google Voice. And you can also leave comments on the assignment itself, and I'll respond to those comments. If you have any further questions, please let me know. Make sure that you're doing the Google Slides and the Google form each day. That way I can see you practicing the new skills as well as summarizing what skills you've learned that day with the Google form. All right, have fun, and I will see you again next week. There won't be any new videos. One last note, on Friday, the assignment will be a new assignment. When you click on it, it will be the answer keys to help you to revise any of your old work. Please make sure you go through that process of fixing anything that you need to, so that by Sunday, you will be able to submit everything fully and correctly and completely. All right, bye.